Astronauts who have gone into outer space have often commented on the unbelievable sensation of seeing the whole world all at once. What must it be like to see the whole reality right in front of your eyes? Well, it could be that you yourself can answer that question without even going into outer space. I'll explain what I mean by that. There are actually 4 realms, 4 Olamot in reality. The first one is Asiya. That is the physical world, primarily that we see around us. It has some spirituality in it, but it's primarily this physical world we see around our very eyes and that we live in our daily life. Above that, we have a spiritual realm called Yetzirah, and that is where the angels primarily reside. Above that, we have an even higher spiritual realm called Bria, and that is where the neshamas reside. That's where the souls reside before they come into this world, into human bodies. And the 4th realm is Atzilut, which is God's divine residence. So we have Asiya, Yetzirah, Bria, Atzilut, which is the physical world, the world of the angels, the world of the souls, and God's divine residence. Now, these actually correspond to the 4 faculties of the human being. Asiya corresponds to action. This is a world of physicality, of doing things, very practical, and that is the world of Asiya, action. Then the world of Yetzirah corresponds to speech, which goes together quite nicely with the angels, because that's what we see angels, that's what we always talk about angels doing, speaking, praising, singing. So Yetzirah is really the realm of speech. Thirdly, Bria is the realm of thought, which is that faculty we have, which is even higher than that of speech. Action, speech, and higher than that is thought. That is the realm of Bria. And finally, the realm of Atzilut corresponds to our will, that most high thing that we have, which is almost slightly elusive, something that we can almost just about grasp, our will, our deepest desires and our dreams. So there we have the correspondence between Asiya, Yetzirah, Bria, Atzilut being action, speech, thought, and will. Now, there's a significance to this correspondence, and we can bring this out by bringing in what we brought in last time about the levels of the soul. There are 4 levels of the soul. So we have Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, and Chaya. And these are also going to correspond to all these things. So with that, we're going to be able to put it all together. Our Nefesh, we said, corresponds to our actions. So what does it mean that you have a world, a realm of action? What it means is that this spiritual realm, the world of Asiya, gives you your Nefesh and gives your Nefesh its capabilities to give you the power of action. So basically, how am I going around and acting and doing stuff in the world? It's because I have a patron. I have a patron in the world, in the realm of Asiya. Asiya is giving my Nefesh its spiritual capabilities, and with that, I'm able to act in the world. Then we go one realm up, and we have Yetzirah, which gives the spiritual energy to our Ruach, which in turn gives us the ability to speak. We have Bria, which gives us which gives our Neshama the spiritual abilities of thought, and then it translates into the faculty of thought in the human being. And finally, we have Atzilut, which gives the Chaya the spiritual energies it needs to enable us to will, to want, to dream. So these are how all these are going together. This correspondence, we have Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Chaya, corresponding to action, speech, thought, and will. And all of these are really coming from, at all times, these realms, these spiritual realms of reality, which are imbuing us with these with this spiritual anatomy and practical capabilities at the same time. So in other words, what we're seeing when we see a human being is we see a whole world. If I'm looking at you, I see all realms of reality. I see Asiya when you act. I see Yetzirah when you speak. I see Bria when you think, and I see Atzilut when you will, when you want, and when you dream. Now, this can also explain an interesting thing to us, why some of us have an affinity to one faculty or another. Often, some people are more into doing, they're more doers, more practical people. Some people are more into speaking and connecting with others. Others still are more into thinking and analyzing and philosophizing. And others still are more into dreaming and thinking what could be. And so one of the reasons why this might be is because everyone has something called a shorish neshama. Everyone's soul is actually rooted in one of these particular realms. So some people's souls are rooted in the realm of Asiya. And if their souls are rooted in the realm of Asiya, it will make sense that they have a particular affinity to the faculty of action, of doing things, because that's kind of where they come from. And same for Yetzira and speech, and Bria and thought, and also Atzilut and will. So we all are our own individual. We all have all of these inside us, and yet we are all our own individuals with our particular affinities, and that can sometimes indicate where we're from. It can indicate our spiritual origins. So with that, we can understand a bit more about ourselves, and in fact, we can actually have a look at the whole world in front of our eyes at any moment. You don't need to go to outer space. All you need to do is to look in a mirror. Or, in fact, you can even go and walk down the street and just take a look at whoever you're passing, and you'll see whole worlds passing in front of your eyes. And with that, we should never really look at people the same way again. A person is a whole world in not just a metaphorical sense, but almost a very literal sense. So try it yourself, see what you think. Take a walk outside and see the worlds passing before your eyes.